Black women do not care about black men. Okay. Black women, unfortunately, sis, and I know y'all coming to beat me up, and I ain't talking about all us, but I'm talking about the majority. They don't even care about their children. They would rather abort their children than to give them life. Okay. Black people, black men, right? You at some point you're gonna have to pick a side, right? Black men have to come back into the forefront, and you all have to take a lead if you all want to save black life, right? Because a black woman, she can go anywhere, right, to get what she feel like she needs, right? Who's gonna be there for you? Who's gonna save you? I hope y'all not waiting on us, because I damn sure can't do it by myself.
I mean, this is deep. I don't think it's this divisive, right? I don't think that it's like, yo, we hate each other. But in terms of who's going to save black men, I think black men and men in general, right? For those subscribers on the channel that aren't black, I think men for a long time has already realized that there's no one's going to come and save them. We grew up with that idea. We grew up with that mentality. That's why you had to be successful. You had to succeed. No one's going to come and save you. That's one of the best and harshest lessons as men you get very, very early on. Doesn't matter if you're down in the dumps. There's no program. There's nothing. In by and large, in comparison to women, um, to others, there's no one coming to save us. So we're not. I think as I'm learning more and more from this channel, that the way I sort of operate in life may not be the most common, but by and large, I don't think men are looking to be saved by women. I know. There's going to be some women that say that's absolutely the case. That some set of men are looking to be saved from women. I'm just going to say, is that the type of man that you want? From the men that are trying to make something of themselves, they're not looking for that handout or that leg up on the back of a woman. They're not looking for that. So in that sense, no, men aren't looking to be saved by and large by women. So it's not something that is needed in that sort of sense, like she's sort of getting at. But there's a myriad of things to break down into this, and we want to try to get into this one. So, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss new uploads. Still trying to do 2 a day. If you're just seeing my face and it's random, but you subscribe to the channel, you probably have to check your notification bell. So let's play this one back and see what we can extrapolate from this.
Black women do not care about black men. Okay. Black women, unfortunately, sis, and I know y'all coming to beat me up, and I ain't talking about all us, but I'm talking about the majority. They don't even care about their children. They would rather abort their children than to give them life.
So I think this is one of these things where you can look at stats, you could look at social media, and you could be easily misled. I don't think the majority of us that black women don't care about black men. I think that's easily one of the most divisive rhetorics that we have out here that is played, and it's easy to feel why. It's easy to feel why. I get it, because whenever you open up social media, and you're getting inundated with that. You're getting inundated with that. So you think, I see this all the time, but that's actually not your reality. That's not reality, right? I won't say it's your reality, but it's not reality. In reality, most people aren't like that. It's just it's great for social media because it brings your attention, it brings the views. There's never a counterbalance, there's never a counter narrative saying, no, we really do care about you. We do want you in these spaces. We do want to be with you. That's not what we hear. We hear the most sinister of our people, and we say that's the norm. It's just the same way where America got the idea, or was reinforced the idea, that black people were simply lazy and committed crimes all the time. Because whenever you looked at, say, cops growing up, and you saw so much of this happening in underserved, underprivileged neighborhoods, well, you don't know that these neighborhoods, these vicinities, these cities, these precincts, they have to go and get permission first to film there. Well, it's easy when you're offering these people money so you can film there. The privileged places will say, "Yeah, we need the money," so you allow them to film there. So these cops, you have this push upon the media, push upon the viewers, and they start thinking that this is reality, that all black people are like this. We have this reductive reasoning system in our brains. For some reason, we think we're the worst of our people, specifically black people. So I'm not one of those people that signs up and thinks that all black women black women hate or just don't like black men, I think it's very easy and it's becoming very popular to be misandrous online, but I don't think that's the norm, right? I don't think that's the norm.
Okay, black people, black men, right? You at some point you're gonna have to pick a side, right? Black men have to come back into the forefront, and you all have to take a lead if you all want to save black life.
So now, what I hate about this is putting the onus on this and saying that it's going to be up to black men to save this, and I think it's going to be either a collaborative effort or it's not going to happen at all. This is not something where you can simply pretend that, okay, you know, you want to be led, you want black men to be leaders, but then there's this significant issue about being led. You don't want to be told what to do, but you want a leader. There needs to be, like I said, a collaborative effort. You're going to need to want that these men are coming into your lives. You're going to need to have that vocalized that black men are needed. And again, I say there still are. I think the way in which it's supposed to look, we need to work on that together. We need to say, this is what I need, this is what I'm looking for. And in that same token, instead of telling people what you need, also you got to tell them what you're offering, what you're bringing, what you're bringing to the table. But when we can't have regular, civilized conversations about stuff like that, it becomes very hard to imagine to put the onus on saying, well, black men, if you want to save the community, you have to come back. That's not what's happening now, right? And be it from our own experiences, from social media, from talking to our friends, from listening and seeing our own experiences, from looking at the data for divorce rates and then just a slew of other things. People are just saying, go where you're loved, right? Go where you're appreciated, go not where you're tolerated. So people are finding, happiness in other places. Some men, just like women, are finding happiness single, not looking for relationships. So while I think families are definitely going to be the bedrock of any sort of civilized society, where we're not really having society that's rather civilized. We're not looking to promote that, to foster that. So what we're left with is saying, you know, I want your help, but there's some of us that say we want your help, but we're also casting it, we're saying that you're not needed. We're saying that we hate you, we don't like you, and then complaining about where the men are. So until we can sort of get our own narrative under control, until we can get to a place where we're silencing some of these voices that are on here that are divisive, that are derisive, and just pulling us apart, we're going to have to start maybe pairing off a smaller community, smaller pockets. You and yours do well, and you get with like-minded people that believe the same thing, and you create that smaller pocket until we have enough people where we get to a tipping point where we say, okay, now we can really start affecting change on the larger scale. But putting the onus on saying black women don't care about black men, and black men is going to be upon you to come and solve it, to come and save the day, it's a fallacy. If you're saying already in the beginning, in inception, that black women don't care about black men, then why do you want men to turn around and say you have to now bridge that gap, suffer the vitriol of women that you're saying don't like you in order to save the community, because we're not going to do it. It's just like, it's in one hand you want to, it almost like you want to flirt with accountability, but you drop it right at the end. So listen, if you think I missed something, let me know in the comments. If you're still listening to the sound of my voice, come on, let's subscribe. And if you see any videos on your screen now, you want to check those out, let me know what you think about those as well. I'll see you guys on the next one.